Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, video game viewer here. Today I want to talk about the game No Man's Sky, give my review on it, my first impressions. I've played it for probably maybe about 15 or 20 hours. So I'm going to dive right into the review. I want to talk about the story of this game first. A lot of people are saying there's no point to this game, and I think maybe that is the point, that there is no point to this game. Okay, so the storyline, you basically start out on a random planet. Your ship has crashed, and you have to repair it, refuel it, and then you are free to take off into your home solar system, and from there you can get blueprints for a hyperdrive, and then from there on out you can explore the stars and head out into the galaxy in an ultimate goal of getting to the center of the galaxy. And there's also a little offshoot of the story, which is to follow the Atlas, which you're given waypoints to follow that as well. And nobody really knows exactly what is at the center of the galaxy yet. At least I don't. I'm sure people have rushed to get there. I've tried to stay away from those stories. I don't want to spoil anything. And then the Atlas, if you follow that, it gives a cool little spin on the universe and pulls in the discussion of religion and where your place is in the universe. And it really got me thinking, you know, what is our point in our actual universe? What is our point? Why are we here? I mean, do we even have a point? And I think maybe that's the point of this game, to point out that there really is no point to being in the universe other than we're just here and we're just along for the ride. In our real actual reality, the truth is solar systems are destroyed by who knows what the numbers are on a daily basis when their sun burns out, and we don't even know about it. We don't even know what life is gone in the blink of an eye. And someday that'll happen to our own solar system too. And nobody will know. Nobody will know we were here, probably. And it makes everything we do seem kind of pointless, actually. You know, jobs, families, the wealth we accumulate or not accumulate, it's really meaningless. Much like this game, everything you do is kind of meaningless. It's fun on a personal level, but the planets and solar systems that you explore will probably never be explored by anybody else, never be seen by anybody else, and that's sad. And it's big, and you feel lonely, and I think that's the point of the game, to make you feel those feelings of, why am I out here? Why am I doing this? What is my place in this virtual universe? So that's a rough idea. The storyline is very vague. It's very loosely put together. It is there, but it's an afterthought to the actual exploration of the universe itself. So I'm going to move on from that. I want to talk about the gameplay a little bit. Gameplay, it's like Minecraft set in space. I've heard that compared. You basically discover a planet or a solar system. Certain resources are garbage in some solar systems. Other resources are highly prized. So you go to the marketplace, you see what elements are valued in that particular system. You go down to the various planets, you try to gather as much of that as possible, and then you return to the space station and sell those valuable resources for a ton of units, which is the in-game currency, and you rinse, wash, and repeat, and keep doing that. With those units that you've gathered, you can purchase new ships, you can purchase upgrades for your ships, your exosuit, your multi-tool, blah, 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 it goes on. So you have a multi-tool which helps you do everything from mining resources to combat. It's very simple to use. The controls I got used to very quickly. What I'm still getting used to is learning all the elements in the game. The game has a full periodic table, and it can be very confusing at first to start finding the elements that you need. And the game is very much about crafting things. Crafting. If you don't like crafting and exploration games, this probably isn't for you. Combat is not the forefront of this game. You're not going to be doing a lot of combat. There is combat. There's sentinel units on each planet. Sometimes they leave you alone. Other planets, they're more hostile. They'll attack you on sight. As soon as you get out of your ship, though, they're attacking you. So there are those moments where you will have to fight, but it's not a major role in the game. You're mostly going to be gathering elements with your multi-tool, doing some light combat, categorizing plant life and animals, which you can rename. You can also rename planets that you find, and even the solar systems that you discover you can rename and then upload to the servers. So at some point in 100 million years, if somebody is still playing this game, they can find your solar system and go, cool, I found a solar system that somebody already had visited. So that's the basic gist of the game. You're just gathering resources and slowly working your way to the center of the galaxy, while getting better ships, better equipment, and upgrading all your stuff, upgrading your exosuit so you can survive more hospitable planets, and resources that you find on the planet are also used to fuel your ship, power your exosuit up, your life support, your defenses on your exosuit, power your multi-tool. They all take different various elements to recharge. So it just keeps going on and on and on. So, well, you may discover different planets that are completely different each and every time, and the life is different each and every time to some extent. I've seen animals that have looked almost identical, just with different color palettes. I kind of figured that was going to be something that went on in the game. But anyway, even though the planets and animals that you discover are different, what you're going to be doing from planet to planet to planet is going to remain almost the same each and every time. So if you're not into that sort of thing, if you're not into crafting, if you're not a big, like I said, I'm comparing it to Minecraft, if you're not big into that, then maybe this isn't the game for you. If you're looking for like some space combat flight sim, this isn't for you. Combat in this is very dull and boring. It's more about exploring and mining. So the graphics, I think the graphics in this game are phenomenal. I did notice some texture pop in, but outside of that, the game looks fantastic. I mean, there are certain points in this game where it just takes my breath away what I'm seeing. The color palette is like very wide and vast and really eye-catching. And then there are other worlds where it's just dull and bland and browns and grays. But overall, this game looks amazing. I haven't had a world that didn't impress me visually yet. And I've explored probably over 20 different planets now. So, and each of them were different and visually catching, and aside from some graphical pop-in, I haven't experienced anything that was game-breaking as far as graphics go. The sound in this game is astounding. Everything from animal calls on the planet off in the distance to the music is just phenomenal. They did a great job with the sound capture for this game. The music is very engaging, and it ramps up when there's action, and it slows down when it should be a more mellow moment in the game, when you're just mining somewhere, minding your own business. And each animal has its own procedurally generated call or sound that it'll make, which is incredible. I love it. It just really adds to the atmosphere and really gets me in the mindset of the planet that I'm on when I hear those animals. They're like down in a valley below me, and I can hear them making those grunts or those calls. that they do, accompanied with the music. It really helps set the atmosphere for what I'm doing on each particular planet. Now, the big question, and I saved this for last, is multiplayer. Yes, there's multiplayer in the game. There are other people. You're on a server together. You're all exploring the same galaxy at the same time. But the odds of you running into anyone ever that's actually playing the game is 0.01%, I think was the figure they gave. Now, there was a Reddit user, and I highly doubt the validity of this, ladies and gentlemen. A Reddit user said that he was in the same solar system on the same planet as his friend, and they couldn't see each other, and his friend was like on a night cycle and he was on the day cycle, and they couldn't see each other. To be in the same solar system at the same time, at the same exact location on that planet, you have to remember, folks, these planets are the size of actual planets. They're not shrunk down, they're not condensed. They are the size of actual planets. I just highly doubt the validity of that. The odds of you ever seeing your friends, let alone anyone, is highly unlikely. So yes, there's multiplayer, but not in the traditional sense. You're not going to be there's not going to be a PvP. You're not going to be fighting other people. Basically, you name your solar system in the hopes that maybe someday somebody else will discover what you discovered, and they can go, oh, cool, you know, there's an animal that somebody named. I'm still looking for a solar system that somebody else discovered, and I can see what they saw. That is the only way the multiplayer, that's the only way there's multiplayer in this game, but it's, again, not in the traditional sense. As of right now, I've been having server issues. I think they are having server issues. So many people are trying to log on at once that it's just crashing their servers. They have to upgrade them. But I'm hoping for DLC for this game. I'm hoping for updates that improves some certain things. There are some bugs, especially with creatures that are in the ocean or creatures that fly not being animated. They're just still. So, but outside of that, I'm fully enjoying this game. I'll admit I was all aboard the hype train. I bought my ticket for the hype train for this, and it is not exactly what I expected, but it's still a good game if you like exploring and you don't have ADD like I do and jump from planet to planet to planet to solar system before you fully explore everything. You're going to enjoy this game. So, not a near perfect game. Definitely not what Hello Games promised us. I think not worth the hype, but still a good game. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And, again, guys, this has been the Video Game Viewer. Thanks for watching this review. Make sure you hit that like button. That always helps me out. And if you like what you saw here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I'll have more reviews coming your way. Thanks for watching.